As part of the previous lecture, we have gone through details with respect to total aggregations. Now it is time for us to explore aggregations using group by. It is also known as by key aggregations. First, let's use orders and then try to get count by order status. We will also explore other examples to make sure we are comfortable with respect to performing aggregations using keys as part of group by. First, let's start with select star from orders to review the data in orders table. Let me select this and then let me run this. We should be able to see the output here. You can see the output. Now let's say I would like to get the count for each order status. The way we can come up with the query is like this. We can say select, then order underscore status, count of star. Let me make sure the function is typed using all lowercase. We should be able to provide the alias for this by saying as and then order underscore count. It is optional to use as when it comes to specifying aliases. We can even remove as and we should be able to specify the alias directly. But it is good practice using as when we provide aliases either for expressions or columns or even tables. Now we have to use from clause to specify the table name. I can say orders like this. Now as part of group by, we should be able to specify the column name, or we can also specify the position of the column based on which we want to group the data. In this case, either we can say 1 or order underscore status so that data is grouped by order status. Let's also use order by to sort the data based on count in descending order. For that, we should be able to say 2 and then we can say DESC. Now we should be able to run this to get count by order status where data is sorted in descending order by order count. Let me run this. You can see the output here. When it comes to complete, it have the most number of order count compared to other statuses. Total we have 9 distinct order statuses. For each order status, we got the count without any issues. Let's also explore details with respect to getting count based on date. As part of orders, we also have order date. In case if we want to get count for order date, then we should be able to specify the query like this. First, let me copy this. Then let me paste here. We should be able to replace order status with order date so that we got the count by order date. In this case also, we are going to sort the data in descending order by count, and hence we have specified order by to DESC. When it comes to group by, we have specified 1 as we have order date as first column. Data will be grouped by order date. Now we should be able to select this and then run it. Now you can see the count for each order date. When it comes to 2013 November 3rd, it have the most number of orders. The count of orders for 2013 November 3rd is nothing but this one. Then we have a count for other dates in descending order by order count. This is how you should be able to perform the count by date. Now let's say we would like to get the count based on the month. Instead of by date, here we are trying to get based on month. We need to use appropriate function on top of order date to extract order month. Then we should be able to use that expression to actually group the data and get the count. Let me copy this. Now let me make sure I paste it here. We have a function called as to_char. We should be able to use that function to extract the information we are looking for from the date. In this case, we are trying to get order month. The order month is nothing but 4-digit year hyphen 2-digit month. We have to specify the format like this to get the order month using 4-digit year hyphen 2-digit month. Let's make sure we specify alias for this expression. We should be able to say as and then we should be able to specify the alias like this. In this case, I'm specifying alias as order month for this logic. Now we should be able to select this query and then click on this to run. You should be able to get the count by month. Even in this case, the data is sorted in descending order by count. Also using order items, let's try to get revenue for each order ID. First, let's review the data with respect to order items. Then we'll take care of coming up with a solution to compute revenue for each order ID. Let us start with this query. Select star from order underscore items so that we preview both columns as well as data. Let me select this and let me run this. You can see that this have 6 columns. In this case, we would like to group the data by order item order ID to get revenue for each order ID. The query will be like this. We can say select, then order underscore order ID. This is the key based on which we want to group the data. Then to compute revenue for each order ID, we have to use functions such as sum. Sum will give us the revenue by adding all the values related to a given order ID. For example, in this case, when it comes to order ID 2, there are 3 records. The 3 records are nothing but these. If you look at odd item subtotal, these are the values for odd item already 2. These 3 values will be added because of this sum function. Like that, for each and every order ID, the corresponding odd item subtotals will be added. In case of odd item already 4, we have 4 records, I guess. Let me scroll down here. Yeah, we have 4 records. Those 4 records are nothing but these ones. As with odd ID 2, even for odd ID 4, these 4 odd item subtotals will be added. Then we'll be getting the revenue for order ID 4. In this case, we have to say sum of order underscore item underscore subtotal. Let's make sure we provide alias as order underscore revenue. You can give the name of your choice. I have used order underscore revenue for this. Now I should be able to say from order underscore items, then group by. As part of group by, either we can say order item order ID or we can say 1. Let's also sort the data by order item order ID in this case. Also, we'd like to sort the data in ascending order. For that, we can just say order by 1. Now we should be able to run this query. We'll be getting the revenue for each order ID. You can see the output here. When it comes to order item order ID 2, the revenue is nothing but 579.98. When it comes to order item order ID 4, the revenue is nothing but 699.85. For order IDs such as 5, 7, 8, we have more than 2 decimals when it comes to order revenue. We might want to round these values to 2 decimals. For that, we should be able to use a function called as round. When we use PostgreSQL, to use round, we need to make sure this is typecasted to numeric. In Postgres, you should be able to typecast using this approach. After sum of order item subtotal, you need to make sure you use double columns like this. Then you can say numeric. Now, whatever is returned by this function will be typecasted to numeric. Let's select this query, then run this to see whether the decimals are rounded off to 2 digits or not. In this case, it is completely rounded off because we haven't specified the second argument to round. To make sure the revenues are rounded off to 2 decimals, we have to use second argument. For second argument, we have to pass 2 like this. Now we should be able to select this query and run it. We should be able to see the output. This is how we should be able to compute revenue based on keys using group by. Now it is time for us to explore how to filter the data based on aggregated results. There are few things which you need to keep in mind. I'll be covering those details as part of next lecture.